past week I was in LA, and just like everyone else, I thought the Morphe store and I thought Jaclyn Hill palette, please be there because it's sold out online. And she said that, you know, there's still some in store, but of course I get there, it's sold out. And it was the first time me being in the Morphe store, so I was just kind of like so overwhelmed by all the brushes. But I did see this little palette here, which Jaclyn Hill was raving about, and so many other people. It's their new limited edition. I mean, I guess it's not that new. It's pretty new for me though, if that makes sense. I mean, I was gonna do a Jaclyn Hill tutorial, but I had to get my hands on this one. So it's like their newest-ish palette versus like their old palettes. And honestly, I'm in love. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get the other one. I got this one instead because it's more like travel friendly for me. Like, I always use nudes. I'm a nude person, like salmony type shades, so I thought this would be perfect to, like, you know, try it out. And as far as the like formula, they're honestly really buttery and all of that. I'm gonna only do the swatches of the ones that I did in this tutorial because, again, this palette is not that new, so there's so many other videos on the internet that are swatching this palette. So I'm just gonna, you know, go ahead and swatch them for you of the ones that I used. So I'm gonna do this salmony one right here first. So I don't know if you can see that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like, these shadows are so creamy. But when I did use this in my tutorial, it didn't show up, you know, as well. But I liked it because I wanted it as a nice base. I didn't want it to be so pigmented, so I'm sure if you use another brush it will be. Then I'm gonna swatch this red one right here. So here's that one. So it kind of has like a little brownie tone. Honestly, if I were to do this makeup look that I have right now, I would use a lot more reds, but because I only wanted to use this palette, I didn't do that. But I feel like this color would complement a red really well. And then I'm going to swatch this dark brown one. And that is one little finger swatch. Like, I'm not kidding, for it being like a dark brown, that's pretty impressive. It's not really that splotchy, so I really do like that about it. And then this rosy gold type, it's not really rose gold, but it's, you know, pinky brownie, so I call it rose gold. So I don't know if you can see that. It's not swatching as rose gold as it is in person. It's a lot more pink. I can see on camera it looks a little bit more brown, but that's because I'm losing a lot of daylight and this light in front of me is not doing that much. And then this champagne. And then there's that champagne-y one. I don't know if you can see that. And right off the bat, this rose gold one to me seems a lot more pigmented than this one. I think I only use like 5 colors, so it's pretty doable. Like, I just love that it's so versatile. The one thing that I will say is don't always take into consideration like finger swatches. That's not like how we'll actually look on the eye. Like, we don't apply our eyeshadows with our fingers. Obviously we use brushes, so always make sure you have, you know, good brushes on hand. Like, for example, for like what brushes you use with matte versus shimmers, like, do you wet the brush, do you not? So always take those into considerations, because even though these may look bomb or may not look bomb to you, like, it could look different with a brush. And that's why I always think like finger swatches are kind of bullshit. It does like show the pigmentation eyes, because obviously if you're gonna swatch a shitty shadow, it's gonna be very splotchy, but these ones aren't, which is what I like. And I barely like touch the shadow too. And these, for like the price of this palette, it was only like $16, and I used the code JACKATTACK, so because you can use it in the store and all that. So I think for how versatile and travel friendly this is, like, that's why I like this palette actually more than their bigger ones. Is because obviously this is more travel friendly. It's more smaller. I like smaller palettes, to be honest. And the pigmentation is pretty bomb for the eyeshadows that I tried. I mean, they're not like high end off the shit, but for $16, pretty bomb. And I've tried some shitty ass eyeshadows that were $16, so you definitely get your money's worth. When I went into the store and I bought this, I don't know how this landed in my bag. It's one of the Morphe liquid lipsticks. Like, I don't know if it's because I asked if like the Jaclyn Hill palette was back in stock or something like that, that she was like felt bad so she threw this in there, or if it's because I used the code JACKATTACK because my friend didn't use it and she spent more money than me and she didn't get a liquid lip, so I know it's not because of that. But I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know why people aren't talking about these liquid lipstick. The formula is literally off the frickin' like wall. This is Brunch, and that's just one finger swatch. Like, it's just the prettiest salmon color, and I'm not even gonna lie, I like this formula better than the majority of all my other liquid lipsticks. The only thing is that it leaves like the line here sometimes, versus like, but every liquid lipstick I've ever used has done that to me. I feel like the only time it doesn't do that is if you have lip injections or your lips are very puffy. But I like, for example, the Kat Von D Lolita, that's the only liquid lipstick that's never left a line for me. It always just like fades out, and that one's my favorite one, but this one is a close second for formula. Like, I love the Kylie Jenner Exposed, and this is like pretty similar to it, except this has a more peachy tone, but I definitely like this formula better than the Kylie Jenner like liquid lipsticks. But again, I haven't like used her newest formula, so I don't know. But this one, I don't know why people aren't talking about it more, because it's one of the best that I've ever tried. Like, I'll swatch it right away, wait like 5 seconds, and go like this, and no transfer, nothing. This is a pretty light color, and I only needed one coat for it to, and it didn't even like apply unevenly or anything. Like, I'm looking at it right now and I'm just like, how have people not talked about this more? Because it's the best. Honestly, it's a pretty good formula. So if you guys have tried liquid lipsticks, let me know, because I kind of want to get more shades, but I don't know if they're all consistent. Now, if you want to know how I got, like, you know, this look and all that, just keep watching. The Morphe M200 brush. By picking up the salmon shade, I'm going to use it to kind of create the base for the whole look. BH Cosmetics 101 brush. Picking up the red shade, I'm going to work over the crease. Using MAC Soft Ochre, I'm going to use that to now create a semi-cut crease. So I'm not doing a whole intense one, but I'm just going to kind of lay it over the base, so then when I do put the shimmer shadow over it, it's going to peek through more and it's going to make it pop. I'm going to use an Eco Tools concealer brush for that, but honestly any concealer brush will work, just as long as it's like smaller, not as like big. Using a BH Cosmetics 103 brush, but honestly you can use any shadow type brush, any that is best for you to apply lid colors with. I'm going to pick up that rose gold shade and start to put it over the soft ochre. Using the BH Cosmetics 132 brush, I'm going to use that dark brownie shade to kind of deepen the crease. Regrets. We'll make loving when we're done and burn a cigarette, cause I know you want it but you just can't say. Using the Crown Pro C510 brush and using the red shade, I'm gonna kind of use that to smoke out the brown shadow so it's not as intense. Just tell me what you want, girl, and we can make it sound. Picking up an Eco Tools shade brush, I'm gonna kind of mix the brown shade and the red shade and start to put it along my lower lash line. But as I go into the like lower lash line, I'm gonna use the red. And honestly, if you're gonna do this, obviously do your concealer last and all that, or as you can see, there's gonna be a lot of fallout. Using a shader type brush, mine is from e.l.f., I'm going to pick up that champagne-y color and highlight my brow bone as well as my inner corner. I'm going to continue to just blend everything in now so there's no harsh lines. Honestly, there's nothing really on my brush. Picked up a little bit of the red shade. Tell me what you want, girl, and we can make it sound. Just tell me what you want, girl, and we can make it sound. Just tell me what you want, girl, and we can make it sound. And that is it for this whole entire look. You know, tell me if you guys have tried this palette, if you've tried the other one, how you like it, if you do see a difference, you know, between the original Morphe palettes versus this one, or you know, if you guys just want to blow me up with your looks with this palette, because I love a good inspiration. But anyways, I guess this is it. Please like and subscribe and all of that good stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!